Good morning, students. So let's start our class. So if you recall that yesterday we were discussing about the middle terms, right?
Yeah.
And if you recall that we discussed that if there are n plus 1 terms in a plus b power n, so depending on the n is even or odd, we get there is one middle term or two middle terms.
Mm.
Okay, so what we'll do today, I will discuss in details on that particular point, followed by we'll solve some questions together. Okay, and also we can discuss if you face any problem in two DPPs what I gave yesterday. That also you can discuss after that. Okay, as you know that if we expand a plus b power n, we will get n plus 1 terms. Okay. Now, when is even, then the total number of terms, that is n plus n, become odd. And the middle term, there will be single middle term, correct? No? And what will be the single middle term? That is n by 2 plus 1th term. We can take an example, quick example. Suppose, let's take n is even. If n is even, then we can take it a plus b power 2. Simple thing. Then what we are going to get, its expansion, as you all know, a square plus 2ab plus b square. So which one is the middle term? The middle term is that 2ab, isn't it?
Yeah.
That what we get the middle term is the 2ab. And which term it is? It is the n by 2 plus 1th term. What is the value of n here? N is actually 2, correct or
Yeah.
not? In this
Yes.
case, n is equal to 2, na, dear students?
Yeah.
What is n by 2 plus 1? N by 2 plus 1 because is equal to 2 by 2 plus 1, that is second term. This is second term, correct?
Yes.
If you read this message, when n is even, total number of terms in the expansion of a plus b power n is odd, and the middle term will be n by 2 plus 1th term. Now, if you recall from yesterday's class, that what is the r plus 1th term? If you recall, the r plus 1th term, that is tr plus 1, if you just remember, it is
And
ncr
A and
into a power,
A minus R.
correct, a power n minus r into b power r, correct or not? So
Yeah.
here, instead of r, we need to write n by 2, correct or not?
Yes.
Instead of r, if we write n by 2, what we are going to get? T of n by 2 plus 1. N by 2 plus 1 is actually n by 2 plus 1 on one term, no?
Yes.
Correct or not? N
Yes.
by 2 plus 1 is term. If we need to write, then what it will be? That instead of r, we should write, n by 2. Are you getting my point? What I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That is r plus 1 term we have done, not tr plus 1. So n plus 2 by 1 term means r equal to n by 2. So that is equal to nc n by 2 into a to the power n minus n by 2 is n by 2
Yes.
into b to the power n by 2. That's what it is there. That is the middle term in the expansion of a plus b power n when n is even. Now when n is odd, so here we discussed about when n is even. But let's discuss what will happen when n is odd. When n is odd, the total number of terms in the expansion of a plus b power n is n plus 1, that is even.
Yes.
And if it is even, then we will get two middle terms. One is that n plus 1 by 2th term and n plus 3 by 2th term. Got it, dear students? So, How it happens? So let's take an example. Always things goes well if we take an example. Let's take a plus b power something which is an odd number, suppose 3. And if you recall the formula, it is a cube plus 3a square b plus 3a b square
Yes.
plus b cube.
Yeah.
And if you see the total number of terms is 3 plus 1 is 4. So which
Yeah.
one is the middle term here? So according, let's go to the theory. It is n. What is n here? N here is 3. Correct or not?
Yeah.
So n plus 1 by 2. N plus 1 by 2th term will be what? N plus 1 by 2, that is 4 by 2. That is second term, na? So that is second term. And n plus 3 by 2. So that is second. And n plus 3 by 2. N plus 3 by 2 is equal to 3 plus 3, 6 by 2. That is equal to 3. Third term.
Yeah.
These two terms are the middle terms of this expansion. Correct, na, dear students?
Yes.
So, what you understood? We understood is that when n is odd, there are two middle terms in the expansion of a plus b power n. And those two terms are n plus 1 by 2th term and n plus 3 by 2th term. Now, point is that n plus 1 by 2th term, we need to express something like something plus 1. We all know about the formula of r plus 1th term, na?
Yes.
So, what we can write is that n plus 1 by 2th term, how we can express? N plus 1 by 2th term, that we can express something like this, something plus 1. So, that we can write is equal to, it is n minus 1 by 2 plus 1th term. Correct, na?
Yes.
Why I write like this? Because we know the formula for r plus 1th term. Correct, na? So r plus 1th term. So as it is in my n minus 1 by 2 plus 1th term, so in terms of r, we should write n minus 1 by 2. Correct, na? So what it should be? N c n minus 1 by 2 into a power n minus 1 by 2. Correct or not?
Yes.
Into b power n minus 1 by 2. If anyone is facing difficulty to understanding, please do let me know. It is not, though it is quite straightforward. So n minus 1 by 2 into a power n minus 1 by 2, that becomes n plus 1 by 2. If you simplify, a power n plus 1 by 2 into b power n minus 1 by 2. Correct or not?
Yes.
So this is one term we got. And that also gave in terms of the formula, dear students. Sorry. If you see, this is the formula also given, n plus 1 by 2th term. And what is the next one? Let me write it here. Next one is that n plus 3 by 2th term. N plus 3 by 2th term. Here also, we need to express in terms of something plus 1. Something plus 1. What is that something plus 1? It is n plus 1 by 2 plus 1th term. Correct or not?
Yeah.
And that is equal to what? It is nc n plus 1 by 2 into a to the power n minus n plus 1 by 2 into b to the power n plus 1 by 2. All of you are comfortable? Disha, Shagnik, Srijita, Devansu.
Yes.
That is equal to nc n plus 1 by 2 into a to the power n minus n plus 1 by 2 become what? N minus 1 by 2 into b power n plus 1 by 2. I hope things are clear now. And these two actually given as a formula. If you look into it here. Here we give it as a formula. There are a lot of questions come from here. Okay, or directly or indirectly. Indirectly means there are a lot of cases where you need to find the middle terms. Okay. So is everything clear to understand? So let me uh, just repeat once and then we'll start solving some problem together. So the first one is that in the expansion of a plus b power n, if we need to find the middle term or middle terms, plural number, singular number or plural number, and that depends on whether the value is n or is value n is even or odd, what type of value it is. If the value of n is even, then there is only one, exactly one, not only one, exactly one middle term, and that is the n by 2 plus 1th term. And we know how to find it out because we know the formula for r plus 1th term. And if n is odd, then there are two middle terms. The first middle term is the n by n plus 1 by 2th term, which is nothing but n minus 1 by 2 plus 1th term. And the second middle term is n plus 3 by 2th term, that is nothing but n plus 1 by 2 plus 1th term. Why I express like something plus 1? Because we know in the expansion of a plus b power n, the generic term is the r plus 1th term. And I explained yesterday why it is r plus 1 because of our convenience. And you can look into my previous test lecture to understand more. So what I'm going to do, dear students, we are going to solve some problem together. There are several questions comes using that where you need to leverage these two formulas is that r plus 1th term, which is the formula of ncr into a power n minus r into b power r, and the middle terms of middle term or middle terms of a binomial expansion. Several problem comes every year in the entrance examination as well as in your board examination. Suppose if there is a question something like that, find the middle term in the expansion of, find the middle term in the expansion of 1 minus 2x plus x square power n. Intentionally, I am giving this problem so that, apparently you'll think that, sir, how to proceed. But
Sir, just 1 minus 2x?
I'm just going to place the question in here, okay? Let me, and dear students, if time permits or if you feel comfortable, you can also take note whatever I am deriving, writing, because I generally I say slowly. Do you agree to me? I say slowly or I go very fast or fast?
No, sir.
Generally I go slowly. Okay, so
Yeah.
you can write along with me, or if you feel not comfortable, you prefer to listen to me, then you can take a screenshot. These are the advantages this online class is bringing to us. No? You can always take a screenshot and you can follow. Why I'm saying so? Because you need to apply this formula here. Suppose the first question what you see, find the middle term in the expansion of 1 minus 2x plus x square power n. Apparently you'd think that, sir, I know a plus b power n, but here you are giving three terms inside. 1 minus 2x plus x square power n. But do you have any idea how you can convert it to two terms inside? Any idea from anyone? Okay. See, what we can write, dear students, 1 minus 2x plus x square power n. Now, let's apply our fundamental understanding in mathematics.
So will it be x minus 1 whole square?
Very good. I really appreciate. So, what I can write is that it is inside that what you are getting is that 1 minus x whole square. Appreciate, Mohar. Power n. So that is equal to what? It is 1 minus x power 2n. Now we are comfortable, na? Now you tell me how many I want to hear answer from each one of you. Please answer each one of you. So in the expansion of 1 minus 2x plus x square power n, which is nothing but 1 minus x power 2n, how many middle terms are there? Divanshu, I want to start with you. You can say 1, 2, or do not know. No problem. I'll explain. But what is your understanding based on whatever I just said in the last 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever? Okay, if you're not want to answer, then I can pass it to Sagnik. Dear Sagnik, how many terms, how many middle terms or terms is there in this expansion? Hello, Sagnik? Not want to answer? Say something, yes or no, or something. Okay, let me pass it to Disha. Hello, Disha.
So I think one.
You think one. Okay. Srijita, how many middle terms are there?
So I think one.
You think one. Divanshu, I want to Mohor, what is how many middle terms are there?
So one.
One. Divanshu and Sagnik, if you think that something is difficult, so as I explained, that 1 minus x power 2n, 2n is even number or odd number? At least that you can say, na? Divanshu,
It's even.
it is even number. So then, how many terms will be there in the expansion of 1 minus x power 2n?
It's n by 2 plus 1.
Not n by 2 plus 1, it is 2n plus 1.
Huh.
You need to, are you attending the with full concentration, or maybe I'm missing something? You can also tell me, sir. No, sir, something is there in your teaching. You can tell me. Huh?
No, sir.
Okay. So 1 minus x power 2n. Power 2n is what? It is an even number, no? So how many terms will be there in the expansion? It will be 2n plus 1, which is an odd number. And we just learned if there are odd number of terms in the expansion, then there is only one middle term. Dear Sagnik, you are listening carefully? Is Sagnik is there or not in this call? Okay, leave it. If you do not want to answer, that's fine. Okay. Now the point is that, as there are odd number of terms, then there is only exactly one middle term. And which term it will be?
N plus 1. N plus
Very
1.
good. N plus 1th term. Very good. Appreciate, Mohor. Fantastic. Because it is 2n by 2 plus 1th term.
Yes.
Correct? 2n by 2 plus 1th term. So that means, so what we get is that the middle term, so middle term is that its middle term is equal to 2n by 2 plus 1th term, 2n by 2 plus 1th term, and that is nothing but n plus 1th term. Now n plus 1th term, if you recall, what is the formula? We know what is r plus 1th term, correct? Then you need to take that in the same concept like n plus 1th term. What is r plus 1th term formula? NCR into a power n minus r into b power r. But here in this case, what is n? N is not actually, here n is 2n, correct? No?
Yes.
It is 2n Cn into a power, not a here, 1 actually, 1 power 2n minus n into minus x power n. Correct, no? Clear or not clear? So that is that you can simplify a little bit. That is equal to, you can write 2n cn into minus of x power n. That is the middle term of the expansion. Correct? Absolutely clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, the next point, now let me come to the next question. All of you understood very clearly, right? Okay. So the next question I'm giving, and we will discuss together, and you can also try for some time, and then we will discuss. Then the discussion will be more meaningful. And here is the question: prove that middle term in the expansion of x plus 1 by x power 2n is 1 into 3 into 5 up to 2n minus 1 divided by n factorial into 2 power n. Prove that middle term in the expansion of x plus 1 by x power 2n is 1 into 3 into 5 in that way up to 2n minus 1. Means you see the numerator, is actually the product of the, first 2n minus 1 odd numbers divided by factorial n into 2 power n. We can work together to solve it. Okay. Now, first, and I want to make it interactive, dear students. So you need to be interactive so that the learning, because we are having online classes, so interaction is more meaningful here. Okay. So how many middle term or how many middle terms are there in this particular expansion of 1x plus 1 by x power 2n? Divansu, can you please answer?
Middle term is 2n by 2 plus 1 next term.
My question was not which term is the middle
Yeah,
term. The question is that how many middle term or how many middle terms are there? Answer should be number, not an expression. And number
yes,
should be either 1 or 2. Let me repeat the question in case you face any difficulty to or you didn't hear the question properly. My question is that how many middle term or how many middle terms in plural number in the expansion of x plus 1 by x power 2n?
it is 1.
It is 1. Thank you very much. Okay, great. Why it is 1? Can I ask you?
Because 2n is even.
Yes, because 2n is even. Fantastic. Appreciate your answer. As 2n is even, then it has odd number of terms in the expansion. Hence, the middle term is 1. And which term it is? The third question. Which term is the middle term?
Yeah, 2n by 2 plus 1 next term.
Now, what is that? If you can simplify. Yeah. 2n by 2 plus 1. 2n plus 2n by 1. What is that? Hello, Dibansu?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's 2 NCN into
No,
1
I'm not
minus
going
x.
to that big thing. My question, maybe I'm not able to, you are not able to hear my question clearly, or you didn't. My question is that 2n by 2 plus 1 is what? It is n plus 1. Answer that. I'm asking very simple
okay.
questions. And that you need to prove. What you are doing, that you need to prove. Or you ask me, sir, repeat your question once. I do not understand your question. Or is it the question you are asking? Have it very properly. This is important, right? My question was that which term it is. Your answer should be, sir, it is 2n by 2 plus 1 term. You answered that. Then I asked her, can you simplify and tell? Then yes, sir, it is n plus 1th term.
I didn't
Okay.
hear the simplifying part. Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Maybe my mistake. Absolutely, there is nothing wrong. Maybe it's possible that you didn't hear my statement clearly. Then you should ask that, sir, repeat, because so quickly you cannot find that value, na? So quickly you cannot find that value. That you need to prove. What has been given, right? That you need to prove.
Yes, sir.
So, since 2n is even, so n plus 1 term is a middle term. So the middle term, what you can write is that middle term is that is a n plus 1 term. Okay. Now how to find that n plus 1 term? So then it is Tn plus 1. If we apply our formula, 2n Cn into x power 2n minus n into 1 by x power n. Correct, not, dear students? So then what you are going to get, 2n Cn, you are getting 2n Cn into x power n into 1 by x power n. Correct, no? So that is equal to 2n Cn, x power n into 1 by x power n get cancelled. Okay. So only we left with 2n Cn. Correct, no? So as a logic, you can sense x is not equal to 0. Because if x is equal to 0, the question doesn't make sense. Now, all we need to do is that we need to prove that. We need to prove that this value of 2n Cn is nothing but 1 into 3 into 5 dot 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 up to 2n minus 1 divided by factorial n into 2 power n. Correct? That we need to prove. So how to prove this one? Is that is equal to what? What we can write from our knowledge of, the formula of NCR. It is equal to 2n factorial 2n actually. Factorial 2n divided by factorial n into factorial 2n minus n. Correct, no? So that is equal to 2n factorial divided by n factorial into n factorial. Correct or not?
Yes.
Now let's expand. Okay. Expand in the sense that let's apply, the factorial n formula. If we apply the factorial n formula, so that becomes what? 2n into 2n minus 1 into 2n minus 2. In that way, it will goes up to, 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Correct or not?
Yeah.
And here in the denominator, what we are going to get? In the denominator, we are going to get n factorial into n factorial. Now, what is our target? Our target, we need to make the numerator 1 into 3 into 5 into up to 2n minus 1. Correct or not? So, we just want to rearrange the numerator. How we are going to rearrange the numerator? If you see that 2n into 2n minus 1 into 2n minus 2 into 2n minus 3, in that way, up to that, what it is going up to 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So out of these 2n terms, you will get the n terms is something like this, that we can write something like this. Next step you may face little difficult to understand, but just let me write it down. 1 into 3 into 5 dot 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 up to 2n minus 1. We are writing, we are just classifying actually all the odd terms up to 2n minus 1. That we can do now. After that, what we left with? After that, we will be left with 2n plus 1. After that, we will be left with, even numbers, right? Correct or not? Okay, dear students. So what will happen? That 1 into 3 into 5, after that what will left with? 2 into 4 into 6 dot 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 up to 2n, correct? Isn't it? If we classify something like this is 1, then in the next step, in the other one, what it will be? 2 into 4 into 6, in that way up to go, it is up to 2n, correct or not?
Yes. Yes.
And here as it is, we are writing n factorial by into n factorial. Now, see, one thing we already achieved. If you look into it, not only one thing, two things we already achieved. Numerator 1 into 3 into 5 into 2n minus 1, if you look into this particular one, that we already achieved. Correct? 1 into 3 into 5 into up to 2n minus 1. And 1 factorial n we achieved. Correct, no? So now, interesting part. So once we started achieving result partially, so it gives us confidence, yeah, we are in the right track. So then what we are going to do is that, here we are writing is that as it is there, 1 into 3 into 5 dot 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 up to 2n minus 1 into 2 into 4 into 6 into 2n. How many, we can take 2 common now. So you can take 2 common from each one. So we'll get 2 to the power n into what we left with. We will left with 1 into 2 into 3 dot 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 up to n. Correct or not?
Yeah.
Divided by n factorial into n factorial. Anyone has any simplest doubt, please do let me know. Dear Sagnik, you able to hear me? I'm not getting any response from Sagnik, whether his mic is working or not. I need to check. Okay. So then what we are going to get is that 1 into 3 into 5 dot 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 up to 2n minus 1 into 2 to the power n into n factorial divided by n factorial into n factorial. So 1 n factorial will get cancelled, no?
Yes.
1 n factorial will get cancelled and we get the desired result. So then what we are going to get? What has been given us to prove? 1 into 3 into 5 dot 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 up to 2n minus 1 divided by n factorial into 2 to the power n. Correct? Absolutely clear.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to do now, dear students, is that I want to have a little practice to give you on the r plus 1th term. There are varieties of questions in the r plus 1th term, so we should solve couple of such problems. Okay. So if you recall, one problem we have done in our yesterday's class, So there are varieties of questions. Let me give you the next question on where you need to apply the, r plus 1th term. And here it is. So I'm just going to give you the question. So here the question is that the second, third, and fourth term of x plus y power n are 240, 720, and 1080 respectively. Find x, y, and n. If someone of you has any difficulty to understand the question, please feel free to ask me, sir, I didn't understand the question. You explain me 3 times, 4 times. I'll explain, no problem. But once you understand, you need to apply the concept to, achieve the solution. And here, dear students, what you need to apply? You need to apply that formula of the r plus 1th term. In the expansion of x plus y power n, what is the r plus 1th term? I'm just writing it down. That concept you need to apply. R plus 1th term is nothing but NCR into x power n minus r into y power r. Correct, no? So far we have discussed of a plus b power n. Here x plus y power n. That's it. So I suggest you to proceed. You take 2 minutes, proceed, and then we'll resume. Okay? Okay, so how you are approaching, dear students? So what you need to find according to our question, T2 is given, right? T2 is equal to 240. Then T3 is given as 720 and T4 is given as 1080. Correct, no? Now, if you think, dear students, what we need to find? We need to find the value of x, y, and n. There are 3 unknowns that we need to find, x, y, and n. 3 unknowns, and we have been given, that's why there are 3 clue. Equation. Okay, clue is the English word, and equation is that in mathematical form you can say. Correct. So how we are going to find it out? T2 is equal to 240. That means if we apply that r plus 1th form, then what we are going to get from here? It is actually NC1 into x power n minus 1. Correct or not?
Yes.
Into y, that is equal to 240. In the second one, what we get is that NC2 into x power n minus 2 into y power 2 is equal to 720. I hope you got it, dear students.
Yes.
And here it is NC3 into x power n minus 3 into y power 3 is equal to 1080.
Yeah.
So now we need to actually apply algebra here. There is no more binomial theorem. Binomial theorem concept we already applied. After that, all we need to do is that we need to apply the concept of algebra to find the value of x, y, and n. So what I'm going to do is that you can also do along with me. So I'm giving this as equation 1, this as equation 2, this as equation 3. So what I'm going to do is that we are dividing both sides of the equation 1 by equation 2. Okay, other way statement, both sides of the equation 1 we are dividing from equation, means equation 2 divided by equation 1. So that means in simple symbolic representation, if I write equation 2 divided by equation 1, what we are going to get? We are going to get NC2 into x power n minus 2 into y power 2 divided by NC1 into into x power n minus 1 into y power 1 means y, that is equal to 720 divided by 240. So if we simplify NC2 and NC1, if you can all simplify, and you will find, I'm not simplifying that because that is not the part of this class, that how to simplify this, this coefficients. We have already done in permutation combination chapter. But you will get an equation something like that n minus 1 by 2, this implies n minus 1 by 2 into y by x is equal to 3. You'll get this thing. Okay, you can simplify later and you can do it, because we need to solve few more problems. And what now?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, Sagnik, I'm able to hear you very clearly now. I was, telling Sagnik, where are you? Didn't hear.
Yes, sir. My headset, the previous headset was gone. The mic was
Okay,
gone.
no problem. Thanks that I'm hearing you. Very good. Okay, now what I'm going to do is that equation 3 divided by equation 2 both sides. Okay, dear students. Okay, equation 3 divided by equation 2 is both the sides. If I do, then what I'm going to do is, what I'm going to get is that NC3 into x to the power n minus 3 into y power 3 divided by NC2 into x power n minus 2 into y power 2. That is equal to 1080 divided by 720. So now if we simplify, what we are going to get? This implies n minus 2 by 3. Again, I'm not discussing this thing, how to simplify this, NC3 and NC2, that you can do it. N minus 2 by 3 into y by x is equal to, 1080 by 720. If you simplify, you'll get 3 by 2. So that give you that equation 5. Correct, no? So now what we are going to do is that equation 5 divided by equation 4 divided by equation 2. Okay, sorry, equation 5 divided by equation 4. Equation 3 by 2. So let's do this thing. It will be much simpler. Equation 4 divided by equation 5, both sides. What we are going to get? We are going to get is that n minus 1 by n minus 2, and 3, especially you can say 3 into n minus 1 divided by 2 into n minus 2, because y by x will get cancelled, na? That should be equal to 3 by 3 by 2, that is equal to 2. And if you simplify, we'll get n equal to 5. So one value we already got. Good achievement. So we are left with to find the value of x and y. Now, as we find the value of n is equal to 2, so you can apply in any of these equations. Na? In the equation, suppose, let me use a different color. We can apply the value of n 5 in this equation. What we are going to get? So 5 minus 1 by 2 into y by x is equal to 3. Correct, na? So from here, what we get? From here, we get the value of y by x is equal to 3 by 2. Correct or not? Now, what we are going to do, dear students, is that let's look back equation 1. In the equation 1, if we apply this value, y by y is equal to, 3 by 2 into x. That we can do, na, in the equation 1. So in the equation 1, after applying these values of n equal to, so let me give a big arrow. Okay, sorry. A big arrow. And what we are going to apply here? We are going to apply the value of n is equal to 5 and value of y is equal to 3 by 2 into x. It looks like a chemical equation, but consider this thing. Then what you are going to get means I'm taking from here. Got it, no, dear students?
Yes.
So NC1, that means 5C1. Correct? 5C1 into x to the power n minus 1, that means x to the power 5 minus 1, that is x to the power 4, into y. What is y? 3 by 2 into x. That is equal to what? 240. So now you can simplify. If you simplify, what will get, dear students? I'm not simplifying here because we should not spend time in simplifying some simple algebraic expression which we have done in our 8th or 9th standard. It is equal to x to the power 5 equal to 32. Correct? No? X to the power 5 equal to 32. And if x to the power 5 equal to 32, what we are getting, the value of x is equal to 2. Correct?
Yes.
And we know y is equal to 3 by 2 into x. So this implies y, which is equal to 3 by 2 into x, implies y is equal to 3 by 2 into 2. That implies y is equal to 3. So the value of x, y, and n we get 2, 3, and 5 respectively. Clear, no?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to give the next question is that before that, please have a look into it and, do let me know if you have any smallest query. Okay. Absolutely clear, dear Sagnik?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now the next question, that will be the last question for today's session, is here, because this kind of questions also very, likely to come. Find the term independent of x in the expansion of 3 by 2 into x square minus 1 by 3x power n. So this is, the fourth question what we are discussing today. Find the term independent of x. That means how many terms are there in this expansion? 10 terms, no? Because 3 by something power n, that means its expansion should be 10 terms. Out of these 10 terms, means T1, T2, T3, T4 in that way up to T10. Out of these 10 terms, you will find one term which has no, power of x. X is not there in that term. Means power of x equal to 0, you can think of. Let me show you one problem we have done today. Yeah, if you look into this question, let me bring that one. Yeah, prove that the middle term. If you look into this problem we have done, na? Prove that the middle term in the expansion of 1 plus x power 2n. Able to view, dear students?
Yes.
Okay, if you look into this, the middle term is actually 1 into 3 into 5 up to 2n minus 1 by n factorial into 2 to the power n. Means it doesn't have any x. Like that. So we need to find the term independent of x. So how to approach this kind of problem, dear students? I'm just explaining because this is what you should be doing. Okay, you should be doing for any future problem of this kind. Let r plus 1th term, that is tr plus 1 be the term independent of x. Independent of x. Then what we are going to get? So then let's find tr plus 1. Tr plus 1 will be what, dear students? NCR, correct or not? NCR into 3x square by 2 power n minus r, correct or not? Into minus 1 by 3x power r, correct or not? So now if we simplify this thing further, that implies t of r plus 1, if we simplify further, that becomes minus 1 power r into 9cr. Okay, in fact, instead of n we can write 9. Let's not complicate things. Write here 9 directly, na? So 9cr, 9 minus r, so minus 1 power r sorry, into 9cr into 3 to the power n minus r by 3 to the power r, correct or not? So I'm writing here 3 by 2 power 9 minus r into x to the power 2 into 9 minus r, correct or not? Into 1 by 3 to the power r, correct or not? Into 1 by x to the power r, that means x to the power minus r,
Yeah.
correct or not?
Yes.
So I less bother about all the terms except that the power of x. So t r plus 1 should be what there is a big box I'm writing here on which all the terms will be there apart from that what is coming as the power of x. So x power what will be? 2 into 9 minus r, that means 18 minus 2r
Yeah.
and minus r, that means 18 minus 3r.
Yeah.
And all the terms, though I'll write, but I'm telling you that we are less bothered because that is not our purpose. We need to find the independent of x. So what we can just write for the sake of writing minus 1 power r 9cr into 3 by 2 power 9 minus r, correct na? Into 1 by 3 power r. But we are not bothered about this thing. Now according to the question, or according to our assumption, we assume that tr plus 1 is the term independent of x. That means definitely that power of x has to be 0. If I look into this, if I take a different color, correct or not? This term has to be 1, correct or not? If the term has to be independent of x, it has to be. Are you getting my point? What I'm talking about?
Yes.
So that means what? This has to be, x to the power 0. Correct, no? As tr plus 1 is independent of x, this implies x to the power 18 minus 3r should be equal to x to the power 0. That implies what? 18 minus 3r is equal to 0, correct or not?
Yeah.
That implies what? R is equal to 6. What we are going to get, what we get is that R equal to 6. So our assumption, so then which term, according to our assumption, which term is the term independent of x?
7.
Okay. So 7th term is independent of x. Correct, no?
Yeah.
So we get 7th term is independent of x. So from here, what we can say is that, so this implies 7th term of the given expression is independent of x. Now, that is first we get. Then what is that? You can find the term also. Just you need to apply t is equal to r equal to 6. Got it, no? And we can little bit simplify also. So let's find it out actually. What is that t7? Okay. Let me use a different color. So from here, you can find the value of t7 also. What is the t7 then? That is minus 1 power 6, correct or not? Into what is there in the box, by the way. That's the value we are going to compute, correct? Into 9CR, that means 9C6. Into 3 power 9 minus r, and here there is one 3 power r, so 3 power 9 minus 2r, no? So 3 power 9 minus 12, 2r is 12, no? Into 3 power 9 minus 12 divided by 2 power 9 minus 6. Correct? And if you simplify further, I am not going to show all the simplification step. If you simplify, you will get 7 by 18. After this class, your task will be to simplify this and you will get 7 by 18. If you do not get, let me know. So with this, I would like to conclude the class for today. And you need to solve, DPP3 and DPP4 till we resume our class on Monday. Not Monday, tomorrow there is a class. Tomorrow Saturday, correct?
Yes.
Okay, dear students, thank you very much. If you have any question, you can feel free to ask me. Otherwise, we can conclude the class now.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.